In a remote village of southeastern Nigeria, a young bride kneels before a fire. Her lips are sealed with sacred ash. She cannot speak. Not for one day, not for 1 week, but for 3 long years. This is no punishment. This is the price of marriage. This is the ancient Igbo ritual of Ogbu Mmụọ Nwunye, the bride of the silent spirits. Before Christianity and colonialism touched the soil of Igbo land, marriage was not just a union between man and woman. It was a spiritual contract, a bond sealed not only with the living, but with the ancestors. And in one mysterious lineage, women who married into the family had to undergo a terrifying vow. They must not speak a single word to anyone except the spirits, not even to their husbands, for 3 years. The legend traces back over 300 years to a time of tribal wars and spirit worship. A powerful Igbo priest named Dibia, Mazi Ugwezi, claimed that the spirits of the land demanded silence from new wives as a form of purification. Any woman who spoke before the 3 years ended would bring misfortune, not only to her home, but to the entire village. So, the ritual was born. On a wedding night, the bride would be taken into a sacred hut deep in the forest. There, in the presence of masked elders and ancestral totems, she would drink from a calabash made of kola nut and alligator pepper, ingredients said to open the ears of the spirits. Then, ash mixed with bitter leaf would be pressed onto her lips. It wasn't painful, but it marked her silence. Life as a silent bride was lonely. She could not sing at ceremonies. She could not laugh with friends. She could not cry out in pain during childbirth. Her thoughts were trapped in her mind, like birds in a cage. To communicate, she used symbols carved into wood, or gestures only her husband could interpret. In some cases, they created secret hand signs, passed down through generations. But the silence wasn't just about obedience. It was believed that during those 3 years, the bride would receive visions from the ancestors. The spirits would whisper wisdom, warnings, and even blessings to those who endured. But not every bride succeeded. According to oral history, a woman named OBIAGALI broke her vow in the 2nd year. She shouted in fear when she saw a snake in her hut. That night, her husband fell mysteriously ill. The next morning, the village's yam barn burned to the ground. The elders thought the spirits were angry. OBIAGALI was taken into the forest and was never seen again. Since then, no bride dared to speak, even if her child was dying. The silence was sacred. With the arrival of Christianity and colonial rule in the late 1800s, many traditional Igbo practices were branded as pagan. Missionaries condemned the silence ritual, calling it barbaric and oppressive to women. By the 1960s, after Nigeria's independence and the Biafran War, the ritual faded from most communities, but whispers of it remain. In some deeply traditional lineages, elders still warn that certain marriages carry the old silence. You may marry our son, they say, but the spirits must still hear your silence first. Today, most young brides in Igbo land celebrate with dance, music, and joyful voices. But the echoes of Ogbu Mmụọ Nwunye still linger in the forests of memory. Some say that at night, you can hear the voices of those silent brides. Finally, speak to the wind. What would it feel like to live in total silence with only the spirits as your company? Would you survive the silence, or would it consume you? Let us know in the comments. Would you survive 3 years without speaking? And don't forget to subscribe for more forgotten African legends, because the past still whispers.